You know the vibes. Welcome back to another episode of the Hoop Genius podcast brought to you by NBA 2K25. Hit the link in our description. Get your copy of NBA 2K25 and help support the podcast that we keep bringing to you every day, even in the off season. We're still here. BJ Armstrong is back in the building alongside myself, Mooncey BJ. How's your weekend been, sir?
Amazing. Amazing watching the Paris Olympics 2024, the opening ceremony. Of course, you and I are watching the basketball games, but all of the Olympics. Congratulations to everyone, all the countries,
Yeah.
all the Olympians, and the first 2 days just been incredible. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Before we get to the basketball, which other sports have you been watching? Which other Olympic events?
Gymnastics. I just watch whatever's on. Gymnastics.
Yeah, but there's so much on because now it's like when I was a kid and you watch the Olympics, right? You turn on the TV and we only had 5 channels on the TV. So whichever channel has the rights to you just watch what they show you. Yep. But now I go on like the app with the Olympics on it and you can watch whatever event. And I don't know which one to pick. I need someone to pick for me.
Whatever's on, I just watch.
I watched surfing today.
You did. I think I was watching soccer or rugby.
Do you know what I found out? What was crazy about the surfing? Because I'm watching
it's a different country, right?
I'm watching them surf, and I'm like, "There's no way they're doing this in the English Channel between the UK and France. There's there's no way." So I went down a little rabbit hole.
Did you really think that? Did you really think that, Mo?
Well, the Olympics is in France, right? So
you didn't
have
really
to
think
assume
that.
where can you?
All right, no comment. No.
Like I'm looking at it. So,
I'm not gonna let you go there.
I'm looking at it, right? I'm looking at it, right? So if you're in France, you've got the English Channel at the top. You've got the Atlantic Ocean to your left, and then you've got like the south of France, Mediterranean Ocean, and it looked windy and rain and clouds. So I assumed it's the English Channel. And then I quickly found out that they're actually in French Polynesia in Tahiti, which is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
That's really funny. I'm laughing with you.
They were doing it at 7 a.m. They were surfing at 7 a.m. to make it seem like it was in the afternoon over here.
Yeah,
so I watched some of the surfing. I watched some of the ladies beach volleyball.
Seems to be a popular sport amongst.
I have a great admiration for those athletes. I watched, of course, the basketball. I watched some of the tennis, some of the football. It's great vibes. It's great. It's non-stop sport all day. But BJ, where do you want to start with this basketball though? Because there's a lot we got to talk about. We've had 6 games complete now.
Yes.
We start at the top.
Sure, let's do it.
Australia took down Spain 92-80 in the opening day of action in Group A. Did that surprise you a little bit? Because traditionally, Spain have been a very strong Olympic country basketball team-wise. And Australia, when you look at the roster, have a far more kind of NBA experience on their team. So I don't think at this point there's really a surprise.
I don't think so. I think traditionally, Spain, the Spaniards have always been terrific in international play. However, when you look at this Australia team and our guy, Josh Giddey.
No. Not our guy.
My guy. Josh Giddey. My guy, Josh Giddey. Well, I'm just saying, hey, whatever it is.
Your Chicago Bull, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, my Chicago Bull, Josh Giddey.
There we go.
Josh Giddey is playing very well. And I happened to watch him a couple times in the friendlies. I saw him play against USA. I believe it was in Abu Dhabi or wherever they played it.
Abu Dhabi, yep.
Yep, they played it over there in Abu Dhabi. And he had a very strong game against Spain. So he is really
17 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Yeah, I mean that's
to go along with Paddy Mills adding in 19 points and Jock Landale giving them 20. And over for Spain, Santi Aldama led them with 27 points and 6 rebounds, and Willy Hernan-Gomez gave them 14. But aside from that, they didn't get many contributions.
Yeah. So give Australia credit, and they have a very experienced team as far as guys who've played in an international competition at a very high level, and a lot of NBA players over there. So I don't think was too far-fetched for them to win that game and to expect them to win. I think they're going to be a tough team, a tough out for anyone that plays them.
Then Germany took down Japan 97-77, which was a routine win for the world champion Germany squad.
Yes.
But here's something cool for Japan. Every one of their stars scored in double digits, which was a nice team display. And it was during this game that I first noticed something that in FIBA, and maybe I should have known this before, or maybe they've changed it recently. In FIBA, you get the assist if I pass to you and you get fouled, but if you make your free throws, I still get the assist.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Is the FIBA assist rule something you'd want to see in the NBA?
I just want to see good basketball. I really okay. And all of the assists and all
BJ,
of that.
did it ever frustrate you as a point guard when you made a great pass to an open teammate and they just missed the shot?
No, what did frustrate me is when we didn't execute. When you play against a really good team, your margin of error, is significantly decreased,
Mm-hmm.
So it's very tough to score. And when we are executing and we don't finish the play, I would be upset with that, because a easy shot or a blown layup, that's tough to come by, right?
Mm-hmm.
An uncontested shot is very hard to come by versus a very good team. But look, you miss shots all the time. I wasn't upset with that, but I was always upset when you're not ready, or we're playing against a good team and you're not meeting that challenge. So, but
here's some trivia for you, BJ. Do you remember what your career high in assists was?
I have no idea.
It was 14. Do you remember
wow.
which game in which you got 14 assists?
I have no idea.
Versus the Sixers in 1993.
Oh, okay. I have no idea.
There's some trivia about you that you didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I came in at a different time. I played in a system, and that's why I think I really, what I really enjoyed more about the first couple days of this international play in basketball is I love all the plays that I'm seeing the different countries running. Like, it's refreshing to not watch 5-out basketball. It's just refreshing to watch Serbia play a style. Japan has a different style. South Sudan has a different style.
By the way, if you're listening to this and you're an aspiring coach, international players where you can get a lot of inspiration for the plays that you draw up and you bring to the NBA. Some of the most used sets in the NBA are stolen from European basketball.
You know what's great, Mo, is there wasn't just like isolation basketball. Like, you just give it to this guy and he just goes one-on-one. It was really like, I sat there, Mo, and actually watched like the games with my pad like I used to do, because I wanted to remember plays and I wanted to remember sets. And it was really fun. And Serbia, they run some good stuff. Like, they run some really good stuff. But Japan was running some interesting things, and Australia. And I mean, it's just fun to watch basketball when you're seeing the creativity. And the thing I love most about watching international play is everyone puts their own spin on the game. And I love that. I just love that. So it was great. And I love the first 2 days. And I'm really looking forward to,
Do you know the thing I love most about watching this international play so far?
There are no cheerleaders.
Why would I love that? That's what I hate the most. What I've loved most so far was the 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks from Victor Wembanyama in his Olympic debut.
Yeah, okay.
That's
I
what I love
today,
most. Forget the cheerleading.
I was going to try not to like do a 5-minute thing on.
To try not to do a 20-minute thing.
That was so impressive to watch him play. I mean, did you see those highlights, Mo? Did you just see his highlights?
So check this out, right? I woke up this morning because the game was yesterday and a few things going on. I didn't get to concentrate on the game. So I woke up today.
Which game are you referring to, Mo?
All of them. I woke up today. I thought, let me just, while I'm having my breakfast, let me flick on the highlights, France, Brazil. And I turned on the game highlights, and 90% of the game highlights were just Victor Wembanyama. That was it.
He's just such a fascinating player. And as I was telling someone yesterday or today, whenever they played, I said, you better beat him now.
Well, we've been saying it for a year now.
Yeah, but now you could see, he's arrived. Okay. I mean, he's doing this right now.
I had a hot take, BJ. I had a hot take. I want to get your thoughts on this. Someone on Twitter said, fill in the blank. Next season, Victor Wembanyama will be the blank best player in the NBA. So then when you say 10th or 5th or 11th or whatever.
He'll be
I
the
said,
best.
I said,
He'll be
remove the
best.
blank.
Yeah. Yes.
You agree?
Yeah, I do.
You think he's going to be the best player in the world next season?
He is now. He just can't consistently do it over the course of the year because of, the physical, his body. But you can see his body. He's growing into that body. He's
getting
playing.
stronger.
He's getting stronger. He's playing through contact. So you better beat him right now. Like, you better, whatever they're going to do, they're going to bully him or double team him, because once he's strong enough to play against 2 or 3 people, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
It's just over. He knows how to play.
You already can. You even see, even from a picture, like I saw a photo of him with 4 Brazilian players around him, and he's just scoring with ease, and they're looking up into the sky, thinking, "How can we stop
plays full
this?"
court. I mean, he gives like extra effort on the defensive end. He just tries like for every play, and he has the will to want to win. He's playing to win, and he just happens to do all of this stuff in the course of the game. But he's not even selfish yet. He's not even, like saying, well, he can get 30, but he's just playing in the floor of the game. Incredible teammate. And he's the best player. I mean, he's clearly the best talent right now in the NBA. He will go through stretches where he will be the best player in the NBA. Physically, I don't know when he'll be able to just sustain it and be able to be the best player in the regular season and the postseason and in the NBA finals. But you can see it right now. When he can do things other people can't do. It's just a matter of him being able to consistently do it, because there isn't another player that can play in his space like he can.
Mm-hmm.
He's just amazing to watch. So it's phenomenal. I wish I could have come just to say I was there to see him play at his first Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is that. I think he is that legendary of an athlete. He's like literally, we say this all the time, but I think he's a once in a lifetime player.
It's like watching Usain Bolt. Like,
I
was thinking about this, B. I was thinking about this because, like, the Olympics, usually everyone's super excited for the 100-meter finals. That's like the main event of the Olympics is the 100-meter finals, right?
Right.
But since Usain Bolt retired, I don't care about the 100-meter finals.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was that electric, and now nothing you see is going to come close to watching that.
But Victor, like, literally, I sat there and just watched them and watched the game. And I was with some family members, and we all just watched. We just stopped what we were doing just to watch.
This is what I'm saying. You just have to. It's like lightning in a bowl.
Yeah, right? It really is. He is, and he's fun to watch play too.
My thing with him is the mentality, because there's lots of guys we've seen throughout the course of the history of the NBA who have been, really tall athletes or have huge wingspans or whatnot. He's just got the mentality of a dog. Like, he wants to win every single possession while he's out there on the court. And once you have that, you can really become unstoppable. Victor Wembanyama. So yeah, France cruised through a low-scoring game. We did talk about their guards and how they might struggle. Their starting point guard had 0 points. Fournier only gave them 7. Gobert gave them 7. Gobert got dunked on at home, which is, anyone can get dunked on, but it's just funny because it's him. Shout out to Rudy. But Nick Batum gave them 19. They went quite deep into their rotation. Brazil not really putting up much of a fight. But the main game that I found the most interesting was Canada versus Greece.
Yes.
Canada 86, Greece 79. Giannis Antetokounmpo, of course, leading the way for Greece with 34 points to go along with 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and Papa Nicolau with 17 points. But the rest of Greece really couldn't get much done on the score sheets. Over for Canada, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 21, RJ Barrett, 23, Dylan Brooks, 3 or 4 from downtown for 14 points. Lou Dort gave them 8. They're looking good, Canada. Their defense to start the game, especially their guards, was absolutely swarming. You had Lou Dort, you had Nickeil Alexander-Walker, you had Dylan Brooks, you had Shai, just picking these guys up full court, absolutely swarming them. And then as soon as they got the ball to Giannis and Giannis wanted to attack, they would all of a sudden have 4 bodies in the paint where there's not a FIBA defensive 3-second rule. And I just thought the game plan that Canada put together for that matchup was fantastic.
Yeah, Canada is going to be tough because of the excellent guard play. I mean, Shai Alexander,
the MVP next season, by the way. I'll tell you
Jamal, that. Well, I'm gonna pick your guy, Jason Tatum, but we'll save that. Shea Alexander and Jamal Murray, Lou Dort, Dylan Brooks, that's just elite. RJ Barrett, that's just elite. That's elite guard play. Now, they are arguably, they have the best guards in this tournament. Okay. If
Steph
they
and Ant
can,
make do make a good case, but
yes, they do. I mean, I say arguably, you can
yeah,
argue
and
either
Jamal
way.
Murray had a little bit of a stinker.
Yeah, but Shea Alexander alone allows you to be
Yeah. I
Shea
mean,
Alexander's
he's
just that good. He's
MVP conversation. Yeah, no doubt.
yes, he's elite. Okay. But we know Jamal Murray shows up when the lights are bright. Okay. If Jamal Murray and Shea Alexander are clicking for one game, that's a problem. I don't care who they're playing, USA included. Okay. That especially in this format. You put RJ Barrett in there, now you got something cooking.
RJ Barrett, by the way, who improved a lot for the Raptors, and he's continued this in the Olympics. And I think next season he's gonna be real good. I think people are forgetting since he left New York how good he's gonna be.
I've always said this about RJ, and I'll continue to say it. Whoever he's supposed to be, he's going to be it.
You know everyone on earth.
Well, no. Some players never reach their potential. Some players we keep waiting on them to they're going to be. RJ Barrett is going to be the best version of himself. Yeah, that kid works hard. He did what he did in New York City. He's arguably the best player in that draft. Okay, and that draft had Zion in it and
Ja Morant. I think it'd be a hard case to argue he's the best. But if you're talking about availability, he's always there.
Hey, when you get done with availability, points, games played, and all of that, RJ Barrett's numbers have to be up there at the top. This guy's been unbelievably durable. He's been consistent. He's been in the playoffs. I got to give him credit. I like RJ. And is he the flashiest? No. Is he the highest jumping? No. But you know what? When it's all said and done, he's going to be one of those guys. His numbers will be comparable to anyone in that draft. So I think they have a legit shot. They have a really nice team. And when you have excellent guard play, anything is possible.
I think right now they do look like the biggest threat for the USA. We'll talk about the USA shortly because we did have one really interesting game. South Sudan versus Puerto Rico, 90-79. South Sudan take their first ever win at the Olympics.
How about that? How about that? Yeah. When you say the underdog, you know how everyone loves to root for an underdog. Well, it's South Sudan right now, right? Didn't they screw up their? They screwed up their national anthem. It was so
disrespectful. They played the wrong national anthem for them.
Yeah, they screwed that up. But you know what? Give those young men credit. They just keep battling, and I'm certainly cheering for them. So congratulations to them. Great job.
But also, shout out to Puerto Rico because Jose Alvarado was on fire in the first half. He had 19 points in the first half, and then he got injured. He finished with 26. He came back after injury. But he was playing really well. And a player I never knew was from Puerto Rico, Tremont Waters, formerly of the Boston Celtics, went and revitalized his career in Europe. He gave them 18 points. He was dangerous as well in that second guard position. A really small backcourt, but if those guys get going, it's fun to watch.
I think Carmelo Anthony's from Puerto Rico.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so.
I thought it was from Baltimore.
Yeah, but I think he
was born in Brooklyn to Puerto Rican parents.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I remember. For some reason, when you said that, that's what I thought.
Mellow, stay mellow. But yeah, South Sudan, which picking up this win by 11 points, it really helps their chances of going through, especially being in that same group as the USA and Serbia. Because if they can sneak through in that third place, then that's been crucial for them.
Yes, it will be.
And speaking of that group, the USA beat Serbia 110-84. No minutes for Tyrese Halliburton. And the world is no, wait, hold on a second. No one cared that Tyrese Halliburton that Jason Tatum got no minutes, and everyone's crying about it.
Yeah,
I'll say this, right?
I'll say
this. I'll say this, right? When you watch Kevin Durant play a first half and he makes every single shot he takes, you just stay with a hot hand. I get it. I don't get it, but I do get it at the same time. I think that it's not like Jason Tatum's going to play 0 minutes this entire Olympics. Or do you think Steve Kerr is taking him out of rotation?
Again, I'm not there.
Yeah. By the way, if you're listening and you missed the game, USA won comfortably. But Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton played 0 minutes.
I learned this as a young person, you stand on your principles. You stand on your principles, right? And Mo, when people give me their time, I respect that. I respect that. I get that it's difficult to play all the guys. I get that it's difficult to play all the guys as many minutes as they would play on their other team. But Mo, these young people have committed their time and their energy and their lives to this cause, right? It's a unity of thought right now, right? The thought is we want to do whatever we have to do to get a gold medal. And when you're in a position of leadership, and this goes for everything, not just this game or this situation. You have to find a way to allow everyone to contribute within this group. You can't, under any circumstances, can't tell me the following. I can't find minutes for Jason Tatum and Halliburton during the course of a game. Okay. And I've learned this from coaches since I was yay big. Okay. My youngest son is here, who's 8, is the following. When you have a team that's as talented as this, I mean, think about this. Think about the substitutions that he had today. Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant, Bam, and Anthony Davis. Those were the guys that were Derek White coming off the bench. Okay. Mo, you have to figure out how to integrate everyone into this game, keep everyone engaged, and then allow whatever group is playing the best, you go with that group. Okay? Jason Tatum is first team All NBA. Not second, not third. He's first team for a reason. He's the world champion for a reason. Tyrese Halliburton is an All NBA player, right? Is he All NBA this year? Was he All NBA player this year?
I think so.
Okay,
let me double check.
But whatever the case may be,
yes, All NBA third team.
Whatever the case may be,
these two guys were in the Eastern Conference Finals as the best player on their respective teams.
I have to believe that coaches, since the beginning, have been faced with this problem, and you can't tell me that we can't find, maybe their minutes is not as long as we would like. It's like an all-star game. Well, I can only play 10 guys. And they won comfortably today. So I'm not criticizing it, but I would love, I'm talking to like young coaches and people who are faced with the problem. The problem is you have 12 really good players. And because you have really good players, allow the players to dictate who's going to play. Mm-hmm. And it's our job to figure out which combination is going to work as coaches or leaders. But I got to imagine that when Steve Kerr and Coach Kerr and the staff looked at this, they're going to go, we couldn't get Jason Tatum in particular, right? I think both of them, but you can't get those guys 5 to 7 minutes into the rotation. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys are too good, and these guys have committed their time.
And Jason Tatum was huge in the last Olympics for them. Absolutely huge.
This is
with the exception of Kevin Durant. He may have been the best player in the last Olympics. Kevin Durant today, by the way, Kevin Durant, 23 points in 17 minutes. 5-5 from 3-point line. Crazy.
Okay, I get it. Listen, I'm not arguing who deserves to play more. But when you're in a setting like this, you got to find the right combination. And you can't tell me Jason Tatum and Halliburton could have easily done the same thing if placed into whoever you want to bring in and bring out. You know what I mean? Jason Tatum could have easily scored 19 points in the first half or whatever the case may be. He is that electric. He is that electric as an offensive player. But it is what it is. We live and we learn. And I hope that Jason Tatum mentally can stay engaged, because the human side of him has to be All of those guys. And if you're telling me you can't play those guys, then all right, bring in 2 college players where now you
That's what I
can,
said.
yeah, bring in 2 college players. Just say, hey, I can only play 10 guys. I can respect that. But Jason Tatum and Halliburton, no, they're too good. They're both of them are too good at what they do, not to play.
Well, one player who's not been playing well and continues to not play well is Joel Embiid. He only played 11 minutes tonight, finished with 4 points. With Joel Embiid on the court, the USA were -8 in his 11 minutes and 21 seconds. And without Joel Embiid, they were +34 in the 28 minutes, 39 seconds they played without him. On the other hand, though, BJ, do you want to know a crazy stat? Nikola Jokic, the NBA MVP, Serbia were -26 in the minutes he rested. Bearing in mind, he played 31 minutes. So he was on the bench for the 9 minutes he was on the bench. Serbia were outscored by 26 points. Whilst Jokic was on the court, the score was a tie for every minute Jokic was on the court. That one player having such a big impact, we see it on the Denver Nuggets all the time, and now it happens with the Serbian national team. It's insane just how valuable he is on whichever team he plays on.
He's just such a fascinating player. It's really it's a treat to watch him play. He's just that good. He's
20 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals.
And he plays so hard. He gives effort. And I was commenting today. He picked up full court today. They were pressing the team for it, and I just loved it.
That was like the second possession of the game. Like the first one, they went into his zone and scored.
And I love the fact that
break,
he's so good.
And then they immediately went into a full court press.
I know, and he was up there doing it, and I love him. He just gives you what he has. He plays hard. He plays the game the right way. And if you are a big guy and you want to know how to play the game, just watch him. He is literally, it's the reason he's 3-time MVP. So, but if they can figure out how to get any contribution from someone else that can give them as a secondary scorer, or even a person that can give them double figures, he's good enough to win a game by himself. If you could just keep him close, he'll win the game by himself. And just that, to me,
don't give up 26 points in 9 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll be all right.
Listen, he's that good. So they lost today. I thought they had a good game plan, but a lot of times it's hard to play Mo versus that speed and quickness and that level of athleticism. And Jokic is used to it, but many of his teammates, I think they were prepared, but you just have to see it. You don't play against a LeBron James or Kevin Durant and all these guys just all the time. You just have to, that's something that you don't see often. And, but you know what? I thought it was a great job by USA.
Yep. LeBron gave them 21.
And it's always great.
15.
It's always great when you make shots. Kevin Durant did not miss a shot.
The easy money sniper.
So when you do that, everything looks great. But if I got to depend on me being perfect from the field every time to win, I'll take my chances.
Without Kevin Durant, this would have been a much tougher game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. But shout out to Kevin Durant.
He's finally accepted the nickname Slim Reaper after fans have waited 15 years for him to accept it.
You know who I like. You know who's a good tandem.
Go on.
It's Kevin Durant
and Anthony Edwards.
And Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
We
saw them barking at each other in the playoffs, and now they're on the same team.
I like that. Remember the combination? You might be too young to remember this, but there was a Larry Bird and Patrick Ewing.
How old do you think I am?
I mean, yeah, that's what I said. You're too young. That's what I said.
Yeah, I've seen the tapes.
Yeah. But Larry Bird and Patrick Ewing had this vibe.
Yeah.
And this vibe with these two, they seem like they just talk. They seem like they just talk trash to each other all day, but only they understand whatever they have going on. But it's out of respect. You could tell Anthony Edwards looks up to him, and you could tell they both love basketball.
And that's probably a good game as well.
Anthony Edwards is, and those two together. I mean, that's lethal. I mean, those two coming off the bench. I mean, that's and I want to give a shout out to. We haven't talked a lot about him, but Bam Adebayo has quietly done a very, very nice job here in international play. Like, he's done a really, really nice job. So It was a good showing, good outing for the USA in game one.
Olympic basketball returns on Tuesday when Spain go up against Greece, Canada face Australia, Japan take on France, and Brazil take on Germany. Then on Wednesday, Puerto Rico face Serbia. The United States face South Sudan again after the last matchup, which was a very close one. We'll see how this one goes. Japan face Brazil and Australia face Greece, which will be a very interesting game. That's on Friday. PJ, let me ask you this, though. Tuesday's action starts at 10 a.m. in the UK. What time are you waking up to watch these games? That's like, what, 2 a.m., 3 a.m.?
Hey, Mo, you know me.
No.
Tom,
Welcome to my
me.
life.
Yeah,
You're going to be watching basketball
I'll
at 3 a.m.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'll be there, and I'll be there. I'll be there. I am fascinated by international play. I love it. I love it. I love watching the players, the coaches. So I'll be up. I'll watch. I'll be watching it. And Mo, I was there for the Final Four this year, in EuroLeague.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was great. So I enjoy it. I'll enjoy the game. I'm going to enjoy the competition, and more importantly, it's been very competitive. I love how many people are in that arena, by the way.
I have no idea.
Looks over 20,000 though. I mean, it was really loud in there, or at least it seemed loud on my television.
It is a 27,000 seater arena.
It was really loud in there. It was really loud today, and
it used to be a football facility.
Okay, it's great, and it looked great. I saw a lot of NBA jerseys. It was terrific. It was just terrific.
They love the
what
NBA
a great
atmosphere.
atmosphere.
Have you seen what the street looks like outside of Team USA's hotel?
Well, other than on television.
Yeah. It's insane. But also, why are they not staying in the Olympic Village with all the other Olympians?
Mo, I can't recall any of them ever staying there. That's been since '92, Mo. But
ain't a bad game.
Just in case you didn't know, it's been over 30 years they've not stayed there.
Hey,
just in case you were wondering.
It is pretty cool to see, not just LeBron, but also Giannis, Dennis Schroeder, is it, I don't know, Meesman? I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm so terrible with names, but the lady from Belgium, women's basketball player, all representing as the flag bearers for their country. Basketball being front and center stage is just truly great to see. So that's the Olympic basketball, and of course the women's Olympic basketball has started as well, with Spain beating China 90-89 in a close one, and Serbia beating Puerto Rico by just 3 points, which has been a lot closer than some of the men's games have been. But we will see that as it continues to roll on, because I'm anticipating the USA to steamroll everyone in the women's side of the tournament. But yeah, BJ, after seeing the first round of games, should we do some predictions for the next one?
I'm
Spain
not ready
versus
to do
Greece. Who have you got?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go Greece, but
Canada versus Australia. Who you got?
Canada. I'm Canada.
Japan versus France. Wemby.
Yes.
Brazil versus Germany. It's got to be Germany.
I'm going to say Germany, but I think that's going to be a close game.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see on Tuesday night. We'll find out. We'll find out. But you were saying something. You said you're not ready for predictions, and
I'm not ready. I need to see. Yeah, I need to see more of the games.
But it's just 6 games in the whole tournament, though.
I know, but everyone's playing full tilt. You got to see. I want to see. It's like a game 1 to game 2. I want to see all the adjustments a team can make. So, I saw Serbia, but I don't think that was a good indication of how they could be the second best team in this whole tournament. You know what I mean?
But it's like the last Olympics, USA lost their first game, and it awoke them to go on and win the whole thing. Maybe that happens to Serbia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just never know. And then there's always something that will happen, like maybe you have a bad game, or
maybe you have a bad shooting line, like Serbia going 24% from 3-point line while the USA go 56% from the 3-point line tonight.
Yeah.
Like maybe you just go cold from 3.
Yes. So I just want to see the teams at least a couple games. You don't have really a couple games to get it, but I saw Serbia do some really nice things. But it was against USA, who was just playing elite. I mean, Kevin Durant was perfect. So I don't think it was a good indication of who's who, but certainly it's going to be tough to beat it when the USA plays like that.
We're going to be here for the rest of the Olympics and beyond. So make sure you tap in with the podcast, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast from. Jump in the Discord. You could talk to the other listeners about the games and everything else going on in the world of basketball. A few things happening in the NBA we'll talk about on another day. But But make sure that you click the link in the bio in the description to get your copy pre-ordered of NBA 2K25. Help support the show. And until next time, get buckets.